Welcome to the House of Hammer, built by the nation for the nation. Welcome to Raider Nation News Today. I am your host. I am the tribal chief of Raider Nation. I go by the name of Hammer.
Acknowledge me.
Hope everybody's having a great Friday wherever you guys are at. Those coming on in, y'all know the routine. Those new in here, let me teach you real quick. Break them thumbs, hammer that sub, smash the bell to stay up to date with all your Raiders news, rumors, updates, live streams, and reactions. Yeah, my voice sounds a little jacked. I'm a little under the weather right now, but I had to be here and do this live later than usual, at least for this regime's press conference. Uncle Pete will be at the podium in about 20 minutes. We will bring you the press conference live in its entirety. We're going to break down yesterday's press conference from offensive coordinator Chip Kelly and defensive coordinator Patrick Graham as well. And obviously, we're going to hear from you guys. I think maybe after the press conference, we'll open up the vault line. And I want to hear from you guys. I want to hear your thoughts. I want to hear your predictions for this NFL Week 5 matchup as we head to Indianapolis to face Daniel Jones and the Indianapolis Colts. Graf, I know he did a live earlier. He will be flying out in the next few hours. He'll be out there. Him, the Demon King, Stu, and B on the field, all that fun stuff. Graf might pull up during the live on Sunday. And yes, just because one half of the dynamic duo is not here this coming Sunday doesn't mean that the show doesn't go on. We will be live here, Raider Nation News Today, full play-by-play, and we're going to have a new platform that we're going to be live on as well. I'm going to have to iron out a couple of things with the co-founder this coming weekend, probably tomorrow, but we're going to have a new set of eyes on our live. You guys are not going to want to miss it. 12:45 Eastern, 9:45 a.m. Pacific time this coming Sunday. Do not miss it. Let's do a quick roll call as we do so well. DeMarcus, I do, and I think I'm going to try to put some new stuff up. I've had some things that have kind of been held for a while. No Diddy if necessary. I'm thinking about bringing that stuff out for you guys. I think it might be some merch you guys would be very, very intrigued in getting. So stay tuned for that. Shad was the first one in here. I know Demoke said first, but no, Shad was first actually. Taino, what's good? Jurassic Raider, Fitzmatic. I'm gonna make sure I'm reading that right. Isaiah, Dominique 5, Leaky, Nomad, what's good? Who else am I missing? Armando, Ricky Two Toes, Dan L11. I appreciate you guys pulling up, and there should be more pulling up so far. I know the algorithm was a little off the other day. I was like looking at that live, and I'm like, yo, this doesn't feel right at all. But yeah, what was I gonna say? It was just something that made me. Okay, so you guys see the top corners of the screen, right? We are trying to get that money up for this phone because my other phone is DOA. Android just rolled out 8.0. My phone's not getting it. Bluetooth, Wi-Fi, constantly disconnecting at whatever time it feels like it. It's been a struggle. Granted, I've had the phone for 4 or 5 years, so it lived a nice long life, but we have to replace it. And if you guys don't want to do super chats, the fastest, most effective way is via Cash App or PayPal. I don't think I'm supposed to mention this person, but we already are up on the Cash App side of things at 100. They know who they are. I really appreciate you. Thank you so much. Again, you guys want to donate. And again, you can look at this as a super chat as well. The only thing is both of these apps, they're a hell of a lot quicker. They're instant as opposed to YouTube, which is a month from now, the end of November, now that we're in October. So appreciate everybody's support. And again, that I'm pretty sure I was told not to mention the name, so they know who they are. I really appreciate you. Thank you so much. Oh my God, V. Yeah, I'm trying to change that. Dangerous Jones must go down. He must go down hard. Pause. All right. So let's talk about it. We're going to recap first. We have about 15 minutes before Uncle Pete takes to the podium. So let's break down yesterday's press conference from Patrick Graham and Chip Kelly. Patrick Graham opened it up, had a lot of things to say about the Colts offense. He highlighted their strong offensive line, particularly Quentin Nelson, their dynamic running back, um, Jonathan Taylor, who is averaging 100 yards a game in the first couple of games of the season, and he's a touchdown machine as well. Patrick Graham looks at him as a guy that is tough to tackle and explosive. He also notes that they're 3 tight ends with specific skill sets and their willingness to block as well, the speed and receiving ability of their perimeter players. He talked about Daniel Jones. You know, he has a bit of a familiarity with Daniel Jones, his days with the New York Football Giants. He expresses no surprise at Daniel Jones's development, praising his intelligence, toughness, natural leadership, mental fortitude, arm talent, and ability to move in the pocket. He emphasizes Jones' toughness as an underestimated quality. We know one of the key factors to this game is stopping the run. Graham stressed the critical importance of stopping the run against the Colts, who lead the league in play action passes and have a top-tier rusher in Jonathan Taylor. He acknowledges the challenge posed by their offensive line, tight ends, and their vertical threats as well. He goes on to talk about E-Rob, aka Landon Roberts, and commences physicality and knowledge at the as a quarterback of the defense. He recounts a memorable play from Landon when he was in the Super Bowl against Atlanta. Defense on short fields. Graham states that the defense doesn't care where the ball starts, emphasizing their job to defend the grass behind us and preventing scoring. Run defense success. He attributes good run defense to toughness, controlling the line of scrimmage, proper pad level, and playing with extension, gap integrity, and collective effort. He specifically mentions Adam Butler and Max Crosby as standing out in the run game. Max Crosby's preparation. Graham praises Max, continuous studying of games, highlighting his effort, skill development, and unique dedication to being one of the best edge rushers in the league. So that was Patrick Graham's side of things. We do have chips as well. I want to see what you guys are saying in the chat real quickly. Shout out to my take. And sorry, guys, I'm congested right now. Something is going around, and also there's been a huge change in the weather throughout this week. So I really apologize that I sound like complete ass right now. Hopefully, we could try to get this out of me by Sunday, God willing. Looking forward to this game. I believe the Raiders will have a good game plan versus the Colts. Appreciate you. Salute to Adam Sweeney. Salute to Anthony. Salute to Huey P. Appreciate you guys pulling on up. Shad is back to work already. Appreciate you pulling on up, bro. This is a must win. Cannot preach into the choir. You know what? Every single week for Uncle Pete, it's championship week. It's a championship game. We treat this one, I guess, the same, right? I know I kind of went off the rails the other day. Definitely frustrated with the things that have been going on, and definitely sucks with the loss of Colton Miller for the next couple of weeks. But we're back on track, and we're gonna have a good live today, even though I'm a little under the weather. We're just gonna have to run the ball regardless of working or not. Demokes, there you go. Hot tea and lemon. Yeah, I'm gonna try to get some tea, but I also have. I don't think I've ever told you guys. So, not this past summer, the summer before, I spent 2 weeks in Greece and Turkey. Went to this bazaar in Turkey, and this dude gave me these crystals. It's like Vicks times 1,000. Like, no, Kittle is pissed off about smelling salts and not being able to use them before the games. If he went to Turkey and got this stuff, he'd be like, smelling salts, what? You take 1 or 2 crystals, you drop it in hot water, the steam comes up and it just opens. It opens everything. So, yeah, George Kittle, you should probably get on that. Colts may have weaknesses. Give it to the Raiders. They will fix that by making them look elite like we do every team. Good God. Bowers, no practice. Wondering where. We're going to talk about that, Huey. We're going to talk about that momentarily. No, Demokes. See, you had to go there, didn't you? And salute to the 103 in here. We have 103 and we're already at 50 likes. This is a beautiful thing. We've only been on 10 minutes. Get it up, y'all. Run it up, run it up, run it up. Break them thumbs, hammer that sub, smash a bell. And again, if you don't want to do super chats in this whole let's get this damn phone, Cash App and PayPals are now in the corner. If that's how you guys want to send your shout outs and your love moving forward as opposed to the super chats, I'm not going to tell you not to as well. Appreciate y'all. All right, so let's go to the other side of things, the offensive side of things, and what Chip Kelly had to say. He talked about interceptions and offensive adjustments. He discusses the recent interceptions, noting that they were all slightly different and involved learning from those experiences. Before I even go any further, I'm going to say that's bullshit because, again, two of them in the first half on Sunday were to the same safety in the same coverage. So you're trying to like downplay that, but it's okay, Chip. It's okay. He expresses a desire to continue involving Ash and Genty more in the passing game, which obviously we saw what they did last weekend with that, and it worked out great, especially in the red zone, most definitely. He goes on to talk about Lou Anarumo's defense. Kelly has a high respect for his defense, noting their multiple looks, ability to make decisions difficult for the quarterback, and their well-coached system. He points out their effectiveness on third downs by presenting similar pre-snap looks, but playing multiple defenses. He goes on to talk about Raheem Mostert. He discusses Mostert's increased activity, highlighting his experience, understanding of the scheme, and ability to run the football effectively. The impact of Colton Miller's absence, he acknowledges the significant loss of Colton Miller, a top tackle in the league, and the necessary adjustments the team will make, expressing confidence in Stone Forsythe. He goes on to talk about JPJ's presence. Kelly jokes about not feeling anyone's presence from the booth, but acknowledges JPJ's toughness, physicality, and strong play. And then he talks about the run game versus the Bears. He explains that a successful run game against the Bears was due to better execution and the group's increased familiarity with each other rather than schematic changes. He emphasized the combination of blocking, receiver involvement, running back performance, and play action fakes contributing to their success. Again, it starts with the offensive line, and we lost the anchor of that offensive line. Like, you talked about the chemistry. It's going to be tough when you have that one new guy there on the offensive line for us, but we'll see how it works out for us. Let's see. Collecting stones like Thanos. Oh my God, the Turks make fire ash. I've heard. Oh my, I wouldn't know. Salute, bro. Have a safe trip, safe travels. Have a great time out in Indy, bro. Like I really am sorry that I couldn't be out there with you guys to enjoy the game. Appreciate you though. Huey, come on, man. I'm not highlighting that either. Why we got to do that? I know I've been sounding like an asshole, at least the last live I was. I'm trying to be a little bit more optimistic, like any given Sunday, right? Anything's possible. Look, the pick'em, I actually missed my pick for last night's game, and I would have lost it anyways because I had the Rams winning. Niners took it in overtime. It is what it is. And for those that are still alive in our elimination pool, I think there's only 4 left. 4 or 5 left. Desert's gone, but there's 4 or 5 left of us in that eliminator pool, and I'm real intrigued to see how this plays out. This is week 5, and we lost majority of the board already. It's actually crazy. Oh, you looked at it? Hey, I'm still there, bro. I am. Oh, everybody lost. Everybody lost the. Okay, so you know what? That doesn't hurt me then. I feel a lot better because I missed that one pick. I got all my other picks in though. All right. Just got on the plane. I'm bringing back the dub. Raiders. Are you with Graf? Like, are you and Graf on the same flight? Tell me he's watching. Like, he's on the plane watching me live. That's dope. I appreciate you, brother. We might have to run to the right behind. You know what? The thing is, sorry about that. The thing is with JPJ at the guard, and we talked about this actually before it became such a controversial thing. And Chip just alluded to it as we recapped his presser from yesterday. His physicality. He makes for an excellent pulling guard because of how he can move. So it did make sense. As much as people would disagree and be like, Meredith is ass, da-da-da-da-da, JPJ moves a hell of a lot better than Jordan Meredith. And we just got our first super chat of the day, the $10. It's supposed to go off. It will go off. I hope it goes off.
Holla, city of squalor.
Diddy-dees. Take 3 small red Sudafeds, only the ones behind the counter. Open up that stuffiness, real ones. No, I appreciate you, bro. I really do. Oh, so Graf is on the flight with you as well. Guys, safe travels. I'm gonna hit him up later on because after this live, I am probably gonna go back to sleep. I have to be at work in another 7 hours, and I'm just I feel like shit. I hope we don't run those trap concepts versus Buckner like we did against Payne. I hope not either. Nice. Nice. All right, ladies and gentlemen. And we do have more to talk about with this matchup. We're going to talk about the injury updates and everything. And I think Uncle Pete is probably going to give us a bit of an injury update. It is almost 4 o'clock. Teams are supposed to have their final injury reports in by 4 o'clock Eastern time. So we should probably hear something momentarily on that. But it is already on the screen. Ladies and gentlemen, the latest installment of
As a shield turns.
So Uncle Pete will be at the podium momentarily. Until then, I think I can try to talk a little bit more about this matchup. It's 3:47. They said 3:50. We got 3 minutes. I know I can't talk that fast, but let's see exactly how much we can cover in the next 3 minutes, if possible. So as of right now, we talked about pretty much, we recapped Patrick Graham and Chip Kelly's presser. We can go through the injury report real quickly. This was from yesterday, and this is from the Colts side of things first. Tyler Goodson, he didn't practice yesterday or Wednesday. Kenny Moore, their corner, Achilles, Wednesday and Thursday, he didn't practice. Pretty much majority of them didn't, but let me go through it the right way. Safety Daniel Scott with a knee, he did not practice. Zaire Franklin, the linebacker, ankle, he did not practice. Wednesday, was a full participant yesterday. Matt Gongalves, I think that's how you pronounce it, guard, toe. He was limited on Wednesday, full participant yesterday. Alec Pierce, the receiver, concussion. He was a full participant, so he'll probably be back. Tyquan Lewis, their defensive end, oblique, limited participation. Now, this is with us. Bowers was a non-participant yesterday, which is raising doubts for his availability for this coming Sunday. Max Crosby, knee, limited practice, nothing to be too concerned about. Wide receiver Justin Shorter, illness. Cornerback DeCamerion Richardson, hamstring. They had mixed practice status. Let's see. And there was stunning news, and this goes to show I really have been out of it throughout this week because, my schedule and everything. But veteran corner Xavier Howard abruptly retired earlier this week, so that leaves a vacancy for the Colts secondary as well. Talking about our keys to victory, protect the quarterback. Without Colton, Stone is going to have to hold up. He's going to have to step up. We have to limit pressure, sacks, especially versus the aggressive Colts pass rush. Run the ball hard and often. Lean on Ashton. Lean on Raheem Mostert. We saw what he did last weekend. Finally, he was activated. Very solid game from him being out the first couple of weeks, not being active the first 3 weeks or 4 weeks. I want to say it the correct way. Target the Colts secondary. With Xavier Howard gone and Moore out, exploit matchups in the passing game, force turnovers, get pressure on Daniel Jones, disrupt the Colts passing game, and steal key possessions. Stay healthy at the tight end position. If Bowers is limited or out, it's going to be up to Mayer or Ian Thomas to step up at the tight end position, play complementary special teams, field position. Close games often turn on hidden yardage. So there you go for the keys to the game. Our keys to victory for this game this coming Sunday. We're now waiting for Uncle Pete. I actually did get that done in 3 minutes. That's a beautiful thing. Can't complain. Whew. Wow, thanks, Dan. Just leave Zamir on the inactive list for the rest of the season. Happy trip. Fucking facts. Zamir White is going to be gone after the season's over. I got 0 objections to it, too. Whoever thinks Geno is going to turn it around is in for a long ride. No franchise quarterback the last 4+ years is pathetic. Geno journeyman for a reason. Damn, Ernesto, tell us how you really feel. Really? I can't. I can't with y'all. And that was one of my guys growing up. I used to love hearing him on ESPN. Like, that dude is forever the GOAT. You know what? Just for that, we're gonna have to play it one time. So now we are watching the latest installment of
As a Shield Turns.
Waiting for Uncle Pete to take to the podium. We've covered a lot in the first 20 minutes. I'm glad that I actually told myself, like, hey, start a little early. Let's get through as much as we can get through. I thought I was going to have something left over after Pete. We will recap. We will talk about what he has to say in the presser. If you guys want me to, I can open up the vault line for a little bit as well. It's entirely up to you guys. It's Friday. Again, I don't plan on being on too long. I need to rest up a little bit more. I have schoolwork to work on as well. Yeah, I definitely want to get majority of the stuff is due Sunday. If I remember correctly, I want to try to knock out at least 3/4 of the stuff. Probably before I go into work tonight. It shouldn't be much either. How about playing Jack Besh and tight end? That's a tall order. I don't know. Like, he hasn't really gotten a lot of targets yet. He hasn't played a lot of snaps on offense. Worst case scenario, if Chip is, I don't think desperate is a word, but if Chip feels that he's a guy that can contribute there, then why not? Think the coaches are going to throw more JPJ slander in this presser? I don't think so. Look, I think that they were very happy with his performance last week. I think we can all say we all were. It was pretty much like he should have been there. But look, I kind of got ahead of myself, or a little carried away rather, in terms of the week before of him not playing after dealing with the concussion. And for me to do that was definitely something that I need to apologize for. And I know that sounds weird, like, why are you apologizing, whatever, but I have had concussions. The last year that I was playing semi-pro ball, I shit you not, 3 concussions in a month. That last one, pretty much, I need to stop. You know, like, I know how serious and how more seriously they are taken now, and they took the necessary precaution. Was he available? Yes. He wasn't, they didn't play him, but I get it. And when he did play, when he did return last week, he did a hell of a job on the line. So glad to see him back in our lineup. I hope he continues to stay healthy. I hope he continues to dominate on the interior, most definitely. What are the chances we throw the ball the very first play of the game? 50-50. I'm going to leave it there. 50-50. We got 69 likes, y'all. Ha ha. 149 of y'all in here. We're on 3 different platforms today. We're on YouTube. We're on X. We are on Twitch. You want to be a part of the conversation, come on over to YouTube, Raider Nation News Today. Hit that subscribe button. It doesn't cost you a thing. And absolutely get that algorithm jumping again. Hit that like button. Or as we like to say over here, break them thumbs, y'all. Appreciate you. We all did. Uncle Pete held. Hold on. Nah, we all did. Uncle Pete held him out for a reason. Head injury is no joke, as you said. Yeah, but like, it coming from somebody that dealt with them, and I thought about it after the fact. There's times where we'll do lives, and I think about certain things that we talk about, certain things that I say, and I'm just like, damn, really? And that, we're stubborn. I know some of us want everything, but it was like, and I say this all the time, this goes for athletes, this goes for celebrities. They are people just like the rest of us in here right now. And you can't not think about that at times. And I kind of I got carried away. I got carried away thinking about it, the way that I dealt with mine. The very first one I ever had was a really, really scary one, but it just, I got ahead of myself. I got carried away with what I said, and I apologize. And I don't know if his mom watches. I know she's been in Graf's lives, but Mama JPJ, I'm sorry. I really am sorry. Right to Genty, who runs 80 yards. Ooh, I like that. You know what's funny? and I don't think Deb is here. She actually had said that like a week or two ago. And I was like, I forgot about those Guardian caps because you don't really see, like, I haven't seen them since they was such a big thing they were talking about like 2 years ago. But yeah, go wear the Guardian cap. That Power Rangers helmet will look a hell of a lot bigger than it already is, but it is what it is. I had 7 in a year and a half. I definitely have a screw. Yeah, see? But you've always had a screw loose. Demon King? No, I'm fucking with you. Rams alarm that had a Guardian cap on. Yeah, some players actually do wear it in games now. And it's cool. Like, they look like turtle shells. I think they're like one of the coolest things like that they could have come up with to try to extend the protection of the head. But yeah, makes the players look like a. Oh my! I'm not highlighting that. Dan, Jesus Christ, I can't with you. We're still waiting for Uncle Pete to take to the podium. I'm looking at this rotating shield. I don't want to say it again. And salute to the 138 that we do have in here, waiting for this presser to start. Everything is ready on the screen for it. I'm going to check notifications and see if any donations have come through yet. Let me see. Because my notifications even have been a pain in the ass to deal with. And I hate the dead air, you know that. Give me 1 second, guys. As we wait. Don't do that, Huey, because I'm here. You guys can hear me. All right, so we still have the one from a specific somebody who shall remain anonymous. And let's check this other one real quick. Oops, wrong one. I've seen a couple players with Guardian caps on. They look like live. I've seen them, but I feel like I haven't seen them like a lot this season. That's all I was saying. Let me see. Nothing on the PayPal end of things yet. I'm just double checking. We're good. All right. Let's see if I'm missing anybody in the chat, but we are all caught up right now, just waiting for the start of this presser. Salute to the other 10 that just pulled on up in here. 9 now. They left real quick. 148 in here. We're 22 away from 100 likes on this live. Get that algorithm jumping. Hit that subscribe button. Another 3 just came in. And hit that subscribe button, y'all. We're really trying to get this up as quickly as possible. I think as it stands right now, I feel like we've been at here for a while. It definitely feels that way. We're at 10,457. We're what? 63 away from 10,500. Halfway point to 11K. The goal this season for me is 15K. Y'all know what to do. And those that are new in here, this is what y'all do. Break them thumbs, hammer that sub, smash a bell. I definitely hope to see an incredibly big turnout for the live this coming Sunday as we do live play-by-play of our Raiders versus the Colts. Definitely is going to be a good time, and looking forward to seeing everybody in there as well. You think we're going to be able to contain JT? I feel like the only game, and I'm so glad you asked that because I was having a conversation with one of my coworkers about this. Johnny, what's good? That's residency, Mike. That's residency, and salute to my guys over there. I definitely love their stuff, and this was part of a swag bag that they gave us a couple of years ago when we went to Vegas and did, I think it was year 2 that we did the draft party at Barcode. We all got swag bags, and I told them, like, I feel like this is my forever game day hat. I've never been a fan of snapbacks. I always wear fitteds, but this is hands down one of my favorite hats. But to answer Demokes' question, I got sidetracked. I'm sorry. I was talking to one of my coworkers about this with Jonathan Taylor, and I look at it as our rush defense has been pretty good. The only one where we really had the brain fart was against the Commanders. I think we can keep him under 100. Granted, he has been a touchdown machine as well this year. I think we can keep him under 100. We shall see. We shall see. I need Jamal Adams versus JT all day long. Hey, yo.
Hey, yo.
Definitely want to see Jamal Adams a little bit more involved. I know that they're not going to revert him back to safety. I know Paul Miles kind of struggled a little bit the first few weeks, but I definitely don't see them bringing him back to playing safety. But I do want to see him rotated in a little bit more at the linebacking position. We'll see what happens though. I am so sorry. I sound like shit. I'm looking at myself now. I look like complete ass, but it is what it is. No different than any other day though, right? Still waiting. I said I'm still waiting. Oh, there he is.
Brock Bowers hasn't practiced for 2 straight days. Are you concerned about his availability for Sunday?
We figure he's playing. We think he's playing, but we wanted to make sure and rest him throughout. And so we have to list him as questionable, but he's planning on playing.
As far as Michael Mayer, what do you think of his availability as well?
That's yet to be determined. We're giving him all the time we can.
Pete, I know it hasn't been a large sample size, but how have you felt when you've had both of those guys on the field and doing 2 tight end sets?
Oh, no, we love those guys. Yeah, we love having them out there. And it does, it does hold us back a little bit. Fortunately, Ian does a really nice job and does all the same stuff so that we can share the load there. But we really like having Michael and Brock together.
With Brock, was there a setback of some sort, or just kind of a change in the way you guys are managing?
No, it just we just want to make sure and slow it down a little bit and give him some extra rest. That's really what we try to do.
Obviously, we talked a little bit about Stone stepping in. Just as you've gone through the week, how have you gauged how ready he is for this opportunity?
Well, it's kind of been real quiet. Nothing's happened over there when we've tested him and tried him out in all situations. So he's played like a vet, went right over there and took over, and so we got nothing but good expectations right at this point.
Wanting to get Jack Besh a little more work. What does he provide to you guys that maybe you aren't getting out of the receiving?
He's a good all-around player. He's a good ball player. He does well on special teams. He's physical, and he has good sense, good awareness. You go all the way back to his freshman year in college. He led their team in receiving with a bunch of really good guys on that team. He's a natural football player, and it does apply to all aspects of it. So as we're going, his role hopefully will continue to grow, and we'll just give him more opportunities.
I know Max popped up in the injury report yesterday. How is he?
He was fine today. Yeah, he was fine.
I know this is about the time we thought Lonnie Johnson might be getting close to back. Is there any update on him?
He's really stepped up his rehab. He's doing all kinds of stuff, some on the field, and he's. What I'm hearing is he's well ahead of the schedule. So it isn't yet. He was supposed to be ready. He's supposed to be 3 weeks from now or something like that. So, but he's in good shape. He's really positive and upbeat about it, and we're hoping to get him back. We really look forward to that.
Pete, like after practice, we noticed like you guys, whether it's knockout or what you guys were doing after, with like throwing the basketballs across the field. I was wondering, what's the significance of doing it after practice? Is that more like morale or just bonding?
You're either competing or you're not.
All good? Good. Okay, thank you. Thanks, Coach.
Damn, that was quick, but they also got to get on a flight because he likes to do it 2 days early. So there you guys have it. The Uncle Pete press conference ahead of this Week 5 matchup against the Colts. So that was very quick. Lonnie Johnson's making advancements in his road to recovery. He should be back shortly. Brock is expected to play. Mayer is still up in the air. You just heard that from Uncle Pete. So we are good. We are locked. We are loaded. We're good to go this coming Sunday. Giants or Steelers would be my... Oh, you're talking about... You know what's funny, Judo? This was another conversation I had with somebody at work last night. And they said that they think that Jacoby Myers, and this could be something that's going to end up going viral, they think that Jacoby Myers could potentially end up with the Buffalo Bills. Had the conversation about it, tried to figure out what we would get in return. Granted, he's on the final year of his contract, and I honestly said probably a fourth. But that's kind of my prediction. If in the event he is traded, he may end up going to Buffalo. DeMarcus, here we go with the bullshit. Herman Munster, what's good, man? Y'all crazy. I think he needs to take some of Thornton's reps, to be honest. They're both out there at the same time, though. So that's the thing. Oh, you're talking about Besh, though. I'm sorry. You're talking about Besh. Well, you think, well, yeah, you know what? Now that you say that, the Giants did just lose Malik Neighbors for the season to a torn ACL. That could be a possibility, actually. Steelers, why? Out of curiosity, why the Steelers? They got DK. They got Freiermuth. We need our second round pick out there more. Maybe they don't think that he is ready yet for to take all those reps. It's really tough to say with Besh right now. It really is. And I looked at it when they drafted Besh, when they drafted Thornton, that those guys are going to be cornerstones for the receivers for years to come. Maybe they think he's not ready yet for that workload. Never know. That nasty New York, bro, shit is terrible. Shit is terrible. It's terrible. Jacoby is actually better for Rodgers. DK doesn't go middle. Judah, that's valid as hell, dude. Okay, so we throw 3 teams out there then for a potential trade, if in fact he is traded. The Bills, the Steelers, the New York Football Giants. I was listening to ESPN radio this morning, and I haven't listened to them in a long time. And they were talking to a reporter for the Giants, Jordan Renan, and they were talking about that matchup. They were talking about their matchup this coming weekend against the Saints. They were talking about Jackson Dart, and apparently the dude is already like, the best way to put it, Brian Dable is doing Brian Dable things, like the way that he developed Josh Allen, kind of has trying to replicate that with Jackson Dart with the mobility and stuff. And twice already, once in the preseason and once in his first start, was in concussion protocol, and I think had a hamstring injury throughout the week as well. So it's like, damn, you're trying to kill your young buck already. Like, what are you doing? Atlanta Falcons could be in play. Okay.
Holla, city of squalor.
We just got a super. I don't know what. Here we go. Pessimistic Frank. Appreciate you. Second round pick would have been a sick linebacker. Yeah. Do you got any hope for us the rest of the season? If Geno don't stink up for both games, we're 3-1 instead of. I think that should have been the case, but woulda, coulda, shoulda. But Mike, I'm assuming that you're very new to my channel. I appreciate you for watching, and please make sure to follow on X, but also subscribe on YouTube. Raider Nation News Today. I look at it. I ended the live the other day again. I was pretty pissed off, but I said, if we keep going at the rate that we're going right now, and now we have the loss of Colton Miller, I said that we were realistically looking at a 3-14, or maybe even repeating last year and being a 4-13 team. Look, I don't shy away from shit. I don't hold punches, but that's how I felt. If we continue to go on at the rate that we have been, with the terrible turnovers, opponents capitalizing on those turnovers, it's not going to be a pretty season for us. And I'll talk about that in a second. Shout out to Pessimistic Frank on the $2. I got zero hope. Join the club. Raiders. I can't with you. Another conversation I had yesterday with this coworker, he was asking me, like, top 5 draft pick. I'm like, if we keep it up, if we keep going at this rate, then potentially. And he's like, where would you go? And I've said this to you guys on air before as well. Colton is locked on that extension. First round, I'm going one of 2 ways. I'm either going a guard, a left guard, or I'm going a corner. That's where I'm going in the first round in 2026. If somebody in here thinks otherwise, I don't know what to tell you. But I think those are glaring holes right now. Those are absolutely needs. Somebody can come in here and be like, oh no, if we're that bad, if we're top 3, if we're top 5, go for Arch. Arch is not coming out. Arch is not coming out this year. And I know people saw the first few weeks of him this season. Oh, he's not it. Da da da. Whatever. Yep. No, Dre. No. If 1 or 2 players do end up going, might this enable us to shore up the O-line? Possibly. Dart is not a big fan as Allen. He will get... Yep. And that was a conversation that was had. Dan. And that's the point. Again, you've already gone through concussion protocol twice already. Once in the preseason and once this during your game last Sunday. So, yeah. I got to start doing my research. As long as you're 6'6" and above and well over 315 pounds and continuously consistent and effective, sign my ass up. Plenty of hopium dealers around the nation, Frank, but hurry, supply running awfully, I'm hearing. Oh, Lord. For what? I feel like the league did do this, and let me just try to put this the right way. There's 2 teams in the NFL that I've said this for a very long time, that is QB purgatory. He went to one of those teams in the Cleveland Browns. A guy that was supposed to be a first-round draft pick, a guy in many, many mock drafts, was one of 2 quarterbacks to come off the board first. Passed on. Everybody thought he initially was going to go to the Browns. The Browns still ended up getting him at what? Pick number 145. But the league did this collectively. And this is why you don't see him getting reps. This is why you see him as a third string quarterback. I don't know. He said no Manning will play for the Raiders. Why? Because Brady's a minority owner? Dart is going to end up like Daniel. Giants coach tripping comparing Dart to... No. Did he... Whoa, Leaky, did he compare him? Did he compare him to him? I didn't hear that. Did he compare him to him? I just said that Dable is trying to develop him the way he did Josh Allen. Yeah, it's just me thinking. It just does not seem. They stuck it to the Sanders family. That's the best way of putting it. I think he has more talent than... You think Shador has more talent than Arch? I can't sit here and dissect right now. I can't even really do comparisons right now. I really can't. I feel like there's things I want to say about that, but yeah, I'm going to leave it alone. But like I said, it's just to see what is going on right now. Clearly, the league played a huge role in what is going on with him as a rookie in the NFL. Like, yeah, the Browns drafted him. And let's be real. The Browns drafted him to boost jersey sales. Because he ain't playing. You bench Flacco for Dylan Gabriel. You still have Shador as your third string. The league is playing a huge role in that. And speaking of the league, our former head coach, John Gruden, won in court again in Nevada. NFL is not beating Gruden. Oh well. Shador is better than JJ McCarthy right now. JJ McCarthy is also hurt again for the second consecutive year. I think that's where you were going with that too, Trey. Like I think Graf had put something up the other day about like Anthony Richardson, and I'm just like, why? Like another dude that's made of glass. I'm honest to God surprised. Look, I don't wish injuries on anybody, but honestly, I'm surprised that Daniel Jones has held up 5 weeks. The last time we played Daniel Jones dropped back 2-3 steps, blew his knee out, non-contact. I'm surprised that he stayed healthy as long as he has already. Why do people want the Sander biz all? Hold on. I want to highlight that. Where is it? Where did it go? Why do people want the Sanders biz all up in this organization? Nasty. Certainly not Brady. And you know what? That was the other thing. Everybody was like, oh, he's a Brady guy. But that one interview that Brady was talking about a quarterback, the things that he was saying was kind of shots taken at Shador in terms of not necessarily being a team guy, especially on the field when scoring touchdowns and stuff. Like, get all your team involved when you're celebrating in the end zone. Don't go to the side and do some my brand type celebration. That's the best way of putting it. So I get it. Always. This doesn't happen. This show is not possible without each and every single one of you guys. So thank you. Thank you for the 186 we have in here, the 103 likes we have on YouTube right now. I appreciate each and every single one of y'all. Getting a good QB in the draft will mean 2 to 3 years of development. Gruden going to be the new commit. Oh my God. That would be insane. Richardson was done dirty in my opinion. He played like 7 games in college. What did the Colts expect? But I've said this before. And I just, maybe people listen, maybe people don't. Maybe people watch, maybe people don't. First round picks, especially quarterbacks, is playing Russian roulette. You do not know how they are going to be at the next level. NFL is a hell of a lot faster. There have been players that have had to find that out the hard way. God, I wish I could remember what quarterback it was. It might have been Jalen Hurts. If I can remember correctly, it might have been Jalen Hurts. He comes into the league. Oh, the league's not as fast as I thought it would be. And got smacked the fuck up in preseason. I was like, welcome to the league, motherfucker. It's a land of uncertainty when you draft a quarterback that high. And at times when that does happen, you get thrown to the wolves more times than not. Granted, look at Jackson Dart. And crazy enough, I did say this a while back, and I was thinking about this on the drive home this morning. Listening to ESPN radio, I said Jackson Dart was probably going to be starting sooner than later. And I said, do not be surprised when we play them the second to last week of the regular season that we see Jackson Dart as a starting quarterback for the New York Football Giants. And week 5, he's getting his second start in the league. That's what it is. Let me highlight this. Salute to True Raider Podcast. People are just mad at Geno and grasping at straws. Geno is the best quarterback on our roster and the best available quarterback, period. Geno needs to step up and do better. True. 1,000% correct. Does it piss me off that I can sit there and watch film and dissect and see exactly what went wrong and why those turnovers happened, why those turnovers shouldn't have happened? Yeah, it sucks. It pisses me off. We're a quarter of the way through the season already, though, and we are well below 500. That's the thing that sucks. Like, we're at the bottom of the barrel right now in our division. Shouldn't be like that. But woulda, coulda, shoulda. They have to wake the fuck up and wake the fuck up quickly. We're without our anchor at the O-line. Now we have to see what Stone Forsythe can do. Is he going to be able to protect and keep Geno standing up an entire 60 minutes? I pray to God so. Because who do we have next? Kenny Pickett? I wonder what the status of Aiden O'Connell is. I'm not saying I want those guys to be there right now, quarterbacks for us, but is that what you guys want? I think most first-round QBs don't work out. First-rounders in general seem to be a crapshoot. Like, look, you guys constantly talk about Tyree Wilson being a bust. I feel like I haven't heard it as much this season, but, like, you get where I'm going with that. It really, the first round is a land of unknowns for a lot of the players. It really is. I think Geno will be better if he has more control in audibling the plays and not pigeonholed by Chip. There were a lot of times last weekend that he was checking down. And I called it out a couple of times when he was doing it. So, we'll see. How do we know Geno is the best quarterback on the roster? There was no quarterback competition. One of these quarterbacks might look better with the first team. Definitely might make less mistakes. Unleashed. Aiden O'Connell was getting first team reps, if I remember correctly. And Big Bro is in the building, man. And I'm going to autocorrect. I'm sorry. On this plane, Indy bound. Salute to my Big Bro. Much love. Safe travels. I will hit you up later on. I'll hit you up later on, most definitely, bro. Salute to Heat Check. I'd want AOC if we had to bench Geno. At least he has chemistry with Jacoby and Brock. Okay. Michael Mayer listed his question. Yeah, we got them. I don't know if you missed a presser, but he is questionable right now. Brock is available this weekend. And Lonnie Johnson is making improvements in his recovery as well. That's what we got out of Uncle Pete. It was a very short, quick, straight to the point presser. And that's the most updated info that we got as well. Somebody said it in Graphs Live. AOC should go bag groceries. Nah, it sounds like wasted. That just sounds so wasted-esque. Cam Miller will save all. That's a Brady guy, right? So we still have almost 200 in here. We've actually are almost at an hour. I don't think there's much more to talk about. We recapped Patrick Graham and Chip Kelly's presser from yesterday. We pretty much gave you the most updated injury report. I'm going to double check something real quickly before. I'm not going to leave yet. I'm going to double check something though, because we might have something. Let me check X real quick. Oh, shit. This just broke from the Baltimore Ravens organization, their X account, moments ago. We're terribly saddened to learn of Arthur Jones's sudden passing. Arthur's presence was a gift to everyone he encountered. His bright smile, infectious energy, and eternal positivity created a presence that continuously uplifted others. He was kind, courteous, and enthusiastic, always displaying a love for family, teammates, and friends. We send our deepest condolences to the Jones family and all who loved Arthur. And that was a statement from Eric DaCosta. Rest in paradise, Arthur Jones. Let's see if we have anything else. Couple of injury updates as they've come out. Ian Rappaport and Adam Schefter are throwing things out there right now. Jets and Cowboys. Cornerback Michael Carter, concussion, he's out. CeeDee Lamb, Kavontae Turpin. Tyler Booker and Tyler Guyton are all out. I've already said this in terms of this matchup. This could be the upset special of the week. I think the Jets do beat the Cowboys. Let's see. Jesus Christ. Ravens are just depleted. I might actually take the Texans as an upset special as well. Let me see is he out? Lamar Jackson is out. Yeah, go with Houston this weekend, guys. Go with Houston. Upset special of the week. That line might have already changed. Cooper Rush is starting for Baltimore. Trying to see if we have anything else. Nothing up yet. I'm going to check one more avenue before we get out of here. Because it's supposed to be out already. No. Nope. Injury report for us is not out yet, but I pretty much gave you guys the gist of everything. Brock is going to be playing. Michael Mayer is questionable right now. There's nothing else. Chip Kelly needs to stop with the shenanigans, stop playing with JBJ and press conferences, and call a clean game for once. Damn. Steel Cage Savage, welcome back. What is this, his third year? I'm going with the Texans, man. I'm definitely going with the Texans. 1-3, it's there. It's in the top right corner. And for those that are coming in, like we did the live the other day, we had the Cash App up on the left-hand corner. PayPal, top right corner. We're trying to get this new phone. My other one is pretty much, it's on life support. We had one viewer, and again, I'm supposed to not say his name, so I'm not going to say his name. He sent a $100 bomb a couple of days ago via Cash App. Honestly, it's probably the best way, the most fast, most effective way to use one of those two over YouTube. YouTube, you don't see it until the end of the month. It's only once a month, and it's towards the end of the month. So if you guys want to support, if you guys want to donate, even if it's not super chat, whatever, use those two. I'm trying to get it. Yep. I'm having a moment here. Right there, guys. But yeah, it's right there, 1-3. The ego with the coaching staff, nasty ass projection. Let's not harp on it. Let's go into Indy and let's try to handle our business. Again, I will be live. Solo show, but I will be live on Sunday, live play-by-play. We are going to be using a new website as well. I'll make sure I got to actually get that. I got to set that meeting up and get some things squared away as well. But also, because you guys asked for it, and being a man of the people, at least being a man of Raider Nation, halftime, y'all. Halftime, which you know we never do. Halftime, we will be opening the vault line. I want to hear from people. I would love to hear from new viewers or first-time callers, long-time listeners. But we are going to open up the vault line at halftime to hear from each and every single one of you guys, to hear your thoughts of the first half of the game. We are probably, let's see how things play out. We'll do the presser after the game, and maybe we'll open up the vault line after the game as well. 1-3, top right corner is the PayPal. PayPal's in the top right corner. Cash App is the top left corner. Stop it, Alec. Stop it. See if there's any other notifications that have popped up at all within the last minute or so. Nope. Everything is up to date here on the X side of things, so I think we are good. I don't think I'm missing anything here in the chat. We are all caught up. I appreciate each and every single one of y'all that pulled on up today. There's still 181. I can't really see that right now. We hit over 100 likes. Got that algorithm jumping. On your way out, if you haven't already, break them thumbs, hammer that sub, Smash the bell to stay up to date with all your Raiders news, rumors, updates, live streams, and reactions in the house that Hammer built by the nation for the nation. Raider Nation News Today. Continue to stay safe. Most importantly, be kind to one another. COVID or not, you should always remember to wash your hands and your asses. And as always, win, lose, or tie, Raider Nation till I die. Till next time, y'all. Stay committed to excellence. And of course, as always, on my New York peace, love, and positivity. And there's that part too.
And when I leave, come together like butt cheeks.
We outro, y'all. Enjoy the rest of your Friday.